Hey guys, this is Bharadwaj with Fonearena.com, and inside this box is the just launched Honor 4X. This is the Chinese manufacturer Huawei's latest foray into the budget LTE segment that is currently occupied by the likes of other Chinese manufacturers like Xiaomi and Lenovo. Commanding a price of Rs 10,500, it has a large screen, really decent specifications, and of course 4G LTE on both of its SIM slots. So how's the device like? Let's find out in the unboxing and first impressions of the Huawei Honor 4X. Fair warning, this is not the retail box, but we are going to unbox it anyway to check the device out. Let's take a look at the highlights of the specs first. You might already know this, but I'm going to read it out again. It's got a 5.5-inch HD screen, 13MP camera at the back, 5MP camera at the front. You've got 4G support for LTE, FTD, band 3 and TD LTE band 40. These are the ones that are supported in India. And there is also the 1080p HD video capture and playback, 3000 mAh battery. You've got Android 4.4 KitKat plus Emotion UI 3.0, quad-core 1.2 GHz CPU, that's the Snapdragon 410, and 2 gigs of RAM and 8 gigs of ROM. So let's take a look inside the box now. Opening the box, you can see that there is the device, and there is also this case that Huawei has given us. So this is an accessory that just comes in the box. Apparently they have India specific back cases for the Honor 4X, so you'll be probably seeing them on Flipkart, where the phone will be exclusively sold. The flash sale starts on March 30th, which is a week away from now. So this is the phone, the Huawei Honor 4X in black. It has a really nice pattern at the back, which is designed in some London studio. This is the white version, so you can take a look at both side by side, so the white version and the black version of the Honor 4X. There is also a golden version, which we don't have right now, but should be available in stores later. So anyway, let's quickly go through the hardware here. 5.5 HD display at the front, that's 720p. You can see that the bezels are quite narrow. They say it's 5mm. You have capacitive touch buttons below, and above the display you have the earpiece, the front facing camera, which is 5 megapixels, and also the usual couple of sensors. Over at the right side, you can see that there is the volume rocker and the power lock switch, both made in different materials. This is plastic and this is of course metal. The design, as you can see, is a bit different and hopefully should lead to better grip. Over at the back, as I mentioned earlier, it has a pattern which looks really nice on the black one, and there is a 13 megapixel camera with flash. Now moving over to the left side, you have nothing. Moving over to the top, you have the 3.5mm audio jack and the secondary microphone, beg your pardon. And over at the bottom, you have the micro USB slot, the loudspeaker, which is supposed to be really loud, and also the primary microphone. Now we can also open the back to reveal the non-removable battery, which is 3000 mAh, and also the dual SIM slots, which are 4G enabled. Both are 4G enabled. So these are the two SIM card slots, and of course there is also a micro SD card slot. This is the 3000 mAh battery, which is not removable, obviously. Now putting it back on. Let's switch the phone on. You can see that the glass is a bit of a fingerprint magnet, but that might be due to my hands too. But anyway, let it boot up while we check out the rest of the box. This is a special package from Huawei, so you've got plenty of other things that you usually don't get. But we also have a retail package here, which might give you an idea of what you will get in the retail box. So there is a box here which has the usual plug, the Indian plug, and also the USB cable. And of course there is the booklet. So the usual bunch of user guides and so on, safety information, all of it is in Chinese, so never mind. The Indian retail box might be slightly different, but that's the minimal packaging you get with the retail box. But let's take a look at this box too anyway. So that's the really thin 3000 mAh power bank. Of course, along with it comes a USB cable, a good pair of earphones, and also a USB cable. This is the really cool pair of earphones. So let's now take a look at the phone. I'm gonna quickly skip through all this settings. Alright, so this is the really bright 5.5-inch HD screen of the Honor 4X. You can see that the viewing angles are quite decent, and of course this is the EMUI 3.0, which is obviously Emotion UI if you didn't know, and this is the way you can customize the home screens. There are no app lists here. You can see some very similar themes going on in many Chinese manufacturer UIs. You can see that everything's gone thin and light. But anyway, let's take a look at the camera UI here. This is the camera UI, which is pretty simple. Photo, video, and beauty. Beauty is, of course, the selfie mode. There is a 5 megapixel front facing camera and a 13 megapixel rear facing camera. We'll be checking them out in detail later, but this is the simple camera UI. Again, very similar to what you see on other phones. So yes, this is the Honor 4X powered on, and that's the software. It's running on Android 4.4, unfortunately. They say there will be regular updates to the EMUI. They'll be updating it every month. That's what they said. But unfortunately, Lollipop is not really on the horizon. We'll be waiting for that. But until then, we'll be letting you know what the other aspects of this device are in our entire review. So stay tuned until that, and hit a like button if you like this. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And thanks for watching. Do let us know what you think in the comment section below. This is the Huawei Honor 4X.